Hello, Balloongami, and welcome back to the Balloongami podcast. Sea Eagles versus Eels round 8 review for ANZAC rounds. And if you're brand new to the podcast itself, please make sure to subscribe and to like on the YouTube channel as well. And also make sure to follow the rest of our social platforms on Instagram, TikTok, and also make sure to have a listen to us on Spotify and also on Apple Podcasts itself. This is being recorded on the long weekend on a Monday. I know a lot of people may not be able to listen to this once this does get released today on a Monday. So apologies if I haven't recorded this on a Sunday. I had to go out somewhere, and I had to just to gather all of my thoughts, just to truly and properly just to review this game, and and all of that. So let's get into the review of ANZAC round against the Warringah Sea Eagles at Brookvale Oval, or Four Pines Park, whatever you want to call it. And let's dig into it. So we'll start off here in the play-by-play here, as it started off with a big hit there from one of the Manly players there. I'm not sure who it was, but Will Pensini does actually drop the ball, and he was penalised there for a ball strip. And then on the bomb kick there, it came off from one of the players there. I think it was off from Will, I believe, and then Jakey Gerbo going a very lucky try there off from that era, and he goes over to get the first ever try there for the Sea Eagles, and then a dangerous penalty there from Ben Trebojevic, and Brian Kelly went through there from a perfectly time pass there from Josh Publi there with plenty of space there, being exposed from the left edge defense there from the Sea Eagles there, and it just seems very easy there for us to score, and we go over there to make it 6 points to 4. Mitch Moses does miss the conversion, and then Hamoli Olakawatu early on was getting very hungry, and he just started to put on some big hits. And I did talk in my actually I didn't actually release the preview. I do apologize about that. I forgot to note that I did have a preview for this podcast, but since with the scheduling, I couldn't be able to upload it. So I do apologize about that. So I will try next time and get onto that as soon as possible. But anyways, back to the game. Hamani Olakawatu was put on report for that dangerous tackle there. I believe it was on. Oh, who was it on? It was on bloody. I'm trying to think. Bloody hell! I think it was. I don't know if it was on Dylan Walker. I think I could be wrong. He did take out Dylan Walker, I believe, in the second half from memory, and that was when Dylan Walker came off, and we were missing some of our troops in that second half. But Dylan Walker did actually come on. I think that was the hit on Ronald Volkman. I was. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. So Volkman got a hit by Homoni Olakawatu, and then he was forced off for a HIA, which some people may say that he may have not needed to be checked by a HIA, but later on he was successfully passed the HIA, so it was more than likely that he was going to pass it anyways. So that's good for us during that period of the game. Even though, when Dylan Walker came on, he did try and get a few passes along the middle there, which he successfully did. And then Tanella per second there was offside, and then we took in the penalty shot there to make it 6-all. I wouldn't mind if we would have took in the tap and just be confident enough to go on the right edge side of the field and to at least score from there, as what we did early on from the first try. But no, we just took the safe option there and to make it 6-all, which I do understand it was possibly the most smartest move, since if we were to take the tap there, then they will possibly. I don't think we would hold the ball there, but we managed to level things up there in the 20th minute there, with only about like 20 minutes left to go, and then yeah, Luca Moretti conceded a ruck in front there, and then a couple of six agains have gone against us there. Luca comes off there for Saxon Prikes. A couple of good tackles there from Saxon, and also runs as well. A horror moment there from Brian Kelly there in the 25th minute, where he started off good, and then this is where these absolute howlers come in. And like we have seen in the last couple of our weeks there from Brian Kelly, where he can be on and off there from his great efforts there, and also his poor efforts there as well. And just just for me, I feel like that Brian Kelly, his time is up. And I know that there is some Parramatta fans who are still optimistic, still from this still um very courageous effort and passionful fight against the Sea Eagles. And I know that Brookvale Oval is a very hard place to go, and I know that Foz's tactics, whatever he is doing at the moment, is completely just magical. And I don't know what he is learning off from Des Hasler, from the premiership that he has won, and possibly from his experience when playing for us as well, which I think that also comes into a key role. And I know that the style that we play when he used to play for us has completely changed back then. But I mean, Fozza has really, when he was commentating before he was appointed as the interim coach, he has favoritized us a couple of times. So I think maybe he just has a great understanding of how Jason Rolls like structures the team, and I think that's another key role um, that really helped Manly just to find the weak spots and to really just pressurize us and to really just poke those holes, even when putting up a great fight against the Bulldogs and showing up with that dog attitude with us. But I still feel like that, you know, we had that lack of mongrel coming off from the bench. I know that Tony Mattelli and Saxon Prikes, they're doing a great job, like defensively and also attacking wise. But I feel like it's not that mongrel that we're looking for. I mean, we look at on how Hamoni Olakawatu would just put on some big hits on Ronald Volkman and Dylan Walker. Like we're missing that type of player that can really just be that scary like big edge dude or big middle forward that can really just hurt players. And that's also how your Melbourne Storm have won premierships, and especially the Parramatta Panthers, like your big giant dudes like Isaiah Yo, Moses Leota, Lindsay Smith there, just making those big charging post contact runs there, and just many other forwards that they have, especially Liam Martin, who was absolutely just uh, for for ferocious there with his runs as well, and also putting on some scary contacts there as well, and we do have a great history there from some of our forwards there who have put on some big hard contacts there, but they don't come close from the players that I just mentioned there. And look, I know that that's not the only issue on why we have lost. It's also because of the injuries there. Still some of the lack of common sense there as well. But also with exhaustion that comes in a key play in there as well. And yeah, but I will talk about Matt. I will talk more about that in a sec as I do go through the play by play here. So as I said before, Volkman had a HIA cleared, so he comes on. So he comes back on there for Jack de Belin there. Who Jack de Belin? There was a moment where he knocked on the ball. It went backwards there, and the bunker said that our challenge was successful. I think it was after this penalty goal kick. Now. Um, it's a bit tricky. Like, is it a knock on? Well, I mean, how do you define a loose carry from that tackle where he didn't firmly just hold on the ball, and then whenever there's gonna be like a big hit that is gonna force the ball to be pop out. I don't think that Jack DeBellin had the right technique to hold it properly, and I think as lo- as much as it hurts to say this, and I'm gonna be completely unbiased about this, but looking back on it and just having a second thought about it, at first I thought it was a I thought it was the correct call that it was a backwards pass. Sorry, no, that the ball went backwards in my opinion, but I feel like that it's a loose carry. Like, I can't really see any other way to really define a to really define not a loose carry from that loose ball. If it's a loose ball, then it's a loose carry. All right. Sure, like if it was in the air and if Jack DeBellin may have just tapped it backwards, okay, sure, that's a play on, but I don't really see that as a play on. Like, he didn't hold the ball properly, and he didn't really have any second thoughts of whether they're going to put like a big hit on me, or are they going to target my arm there? So I got to hold on like a firmly, and especially with his experience, like he needs to hold it strong and to really just push forward. But he didn't do that because I've because the ruck speed and the modern game, as we always criticize Jack de Belin, it is too fast for him. And I get that he can do the job there in defense, but today it just shows another example where he can do the job, but still we cannot ignore that the game is starting to outpace him much more, and he just cannot capitalize it. And this is why like Jack de Belin is still a crap signing. Rather, some Parramatta fans or some Parramatta podcasters there want to disagree with me and still be optimistic about him having good tackles there. He's just not good enough in my opinion, and unfortunately, at the moment, we have no other options but to start him there because he's our only experienced players. Because like we can't throw young players there into first grade. I mean, can you possibly put in T Brown there on the bench there to really come off there and to get that mongrel into the team over there? Possibly, but in my opinion, I just feel like that um, with some of our players there, like Will Latu, who is now injured from what I've heard during New South Wales Cup there. Um, yeah, like there's no other like real depth player there that you can really put in because like there's players shifting out from the SG Ball Cup. Sorry, from the SG Ball Cup. the Jersey Flag, and there's some people coming from Matthew Harold's, um, and especially some players coming from Ron Massey from Winton Magpies, which yeah, it just really shows you the horrors of the backup troops there from our junior system, and it's a complete mess. Like, and the organizations and the planning and who was available to really make that big impact, or who was the right player at the right time to make that right opportunity to debut at the right time, depending on the challenge and if he is up for the task to really get that win or not. Like, it's just really all over the place, and it's just very confusing to really just seeing which rookie is going to make that big impact just coming off from the bench. But as we all know, like, there's nothing much that Jason Rolls can really do with his roster until we get Jay and Sewer next year. And this is one of the hard challenges as a Parramatta fan, to really just stay patient during this rebuilding process, and to stay positive. And unfortunately, I think during these type of rebuilding process, unfortunately, we do have to take these losses, and we do have to see the positives from the fight and the passion and the efforts there from Mitchell Moses and Dylan Walker, and possibly Brian Kelly. But but even though Brian Kelly was good today, I just feel like that um we need Araz Nava back, since he has signed that top 30 contract there recently. If you haven't yet, he was absolutely just amazing there from his contacts there. The af the athle athleticism. Sorry if I haven't pronounced that correctly. It was a bit of a tongue twister there, but yeah. Look, Araz, I feel like he needs to come back into the team there. I know that's a big call, and I know that, as I mentioned before, the whole like availability for our juniors at the moment is a complete mess. And yeah, it's a very hard one to really just pick who is really going who is really going to cover up for this one, and is it is it worth the risk to really pull him back? But I I have heard that Jordan Sam Rani is going to be back there available though, so maybe you can put in Jordan Sam Rani there, maybe with Brian Kelly on the wings, or either in the centers, or do you bring back Jordan Sam? Right, sorry, no, hang on. So you put in Jordan Sam Rani, and the question is, do you drop Brian Kelly for Araz Nava, and like, do you risk Araz coming back into the team, and then he gets injured there, and then all we have um left to select with is Brian Kelly, who was just a very unpredictable player, to show his capable abilities, and some of the big moments that can really just get some of the can get some of the players and the points that we are looking for. And yeah, sure, he can make those moments there, but some of the moments I do feel like that he overlaps it just way too much, and he just overthinks himself, and he just doesn't use any common sense when choosing his defensive efforts there. As I did mention in the Eels and Bulldogs game, when he conceded that try against Jacob Carraz there, for getting the Bulldogs' first points of the game. But another thing is, like, we have conceded more than 20 points once again, and Mitchell Moses mentioned this in the press conference during the Eels and Bulldogs game, and we're just not solving it. And like, how do we fix this issue? Like, The last time that we have conceded under 20 points was against the Knights, and sure, we have made some good efforts out of this, but still, like to still lose, and to even concede not just more than 20 points, but to concede 33 points is just not good enough. Like, when are we going to start winning games like this season, and that we are going to concede under 20 points? Like, that's another that's another issue that we also still can't ignore. But anyways, getting back into the game over here, people. Um, yeah, so pretty much it was the first half. It was a real old school arm wrestle, and some of the teams just not getting their the sets like properly completed. But but I will give props there to Mitchell Moses also for punting us out of our trouble, and also putting on some great punts there to really get the chases there, to really just push back Manly into their own red zone there, which he did a pretty good job there. And yeah, Will Pensini there for his runs there in the first half were somewhat very similar to how he had those great strong runs there against Bulldogs there. I think Will Pensini there, I saw him just z- just zapping through, and that he was about to make a big break there. So yeah, Will was very willing to even break a tackle or to even make a big line break there, to really just open up that right edge there to really maybe get Josh probably there to support there for Brian Kelly. So yeah, I thought that Will was possibly one of the best players also in the first half. So yeah, um, yeah. So it was pretty much half time there, and before half time, Jamal Fogarty there kicks a field goal there. Unfortunately, we weren't able to shut it down there since we didn't really expect him to really go up by a field goal at a half time, and you don't really see that many teams really go for a field goal there before half time. These I mean, like this season. So yeah, um, they go up by they go up by a field goal before half time, and in the second half, it started off with Mitchell Moses there putting on a dangerous tackle there, right in the first minutes in the second half. Luca Mor Moretti there comes on there for Charlie Guyman there for a HIA there. And yeah, Guyman got hit hard there. I believe it was from, I think it was from Homoli Olakawatu, possibly again, or from some other forward there. But yeah, like as I mentioned before, like Manly just kept on coming with that mongrel and those sharp hard contact techniques there. And I think that's another issue with us is that I think we weren't that well conditioned, uh, like coming into this game, and I feel like that we weren't like tested during training, possibly. Like I don't know on what they have done like behind the scenes during this week, leading up to the game, but I'm pretty sure that Jason Rolls was expecting the same fight and the same attitude as what we've done against the Bulldogs. But I feel like that they could have tested maybe just a little bit more with the conditioning, and maybe because that's like possibly expecting. I think like Jason Rolls was like expecting the young blokes there to really just to challenge themselves rather than just them chasing their tails all of the time, just trying to fully prepare them. Where he has to get his senior players there to really just prepare them to really just try and teach. the younger players there to really just learn on how to face those type of challenges against situations where you have big guys like Ola Kawatu or Paseka or many other players that are trying to put on those big pressure contacts on you, or to even try and drag you back and just to really just circle you around and to really just outsmart you on whether you're trying to do with your offloads or just really just try and find a way just to really just break through um, this very sharp and pinpoint manly defense there throughout the middle and the middle edges there. So yeah, a very tough take there from Charlie Geimer, and Luca comes back on for Charlie there. Sean Russell there concedes a ruck in infringement there. A set restart there, and Leoi Hopawai there goes over there, and he gets an easy try there. He goes in clear, and he makes it 11 points to 6. Jamal Fogarty converts the try there to make it 13 points to 6. A line dropper there being forced there from the Seagulls. Mitchell Moses gets a line dropout there, but it was a very poor goal line dropper there, maybe because of exhaustion there. And Manly gets a line break there, and Ruben Garrick, who loves scoring against Parramatta, he gets another try there, and he makes it 17 points to 6. It was a pretty soft try there, in my opinion. And Jamal Fogarty there converts the try to make it 19.6. And then Jamal Fogarty there, off from the kickoff there, gets a line break there, and yeah, Josh Papali there couldn't really stop him there, and I think from the exhaustion there and the contact there, just taking all of that energy out from our fitness there, just really just cause fatigue there, and that just easily just opens up there from Jamal Fogarty there, and from his great vision there, he uses his speed there, and he runs through our middle defense there, and he makes it 23 points to 6. I don't know how Jamal Fogarty missed a conversion there. It was an absolute shocking one. Just brushing it, just past on the right side of the goal post. But then Charlie Guyman there, his HA thankfully was cleared, and he comes back on there for Luca there. Tanila Paseka there comes on there for Ethan Bullimore there. Talon De Silva there, he makes a dangerous tackle there. I think it was on. I'm not sure who was on. I think it was on maybe Paseka or maybe Takiao there. But yeah. Unfortunately, when Talon De Silva is trying to make those great efforts there, unfortunately, it wasn't executed that well, and it was sin bin there as well, and Riley Smith comes back on there for Jack DeBellin there, off from that sin bin there from Talon De Silva, and then Jason Saab there. From his speed there, it was pretty much game over from that point. Makes it 27 points to 6. Jamal Fogarty misses another conversion, and Ruben Garrick there, he puts up a kick bomb there, and Ruben Garrick does get a error there. Also, thankfully from that great try over there from Ronald Volkman, and Luke Brooks there concedes a ruck infringement there, and then we get a set restart there, and it came off from a grubber kick there where it looked like it was offside, but when reviewed, it was surprisingly with Moses actually staying onside there. So yeah, he gets over there to make it 27 points to 10. So there was maybe some more time to maybe get a late equalizer there, but it was going to be very hard since they did score that field goal there. So we could at least maybe score maybe a consolation try just to minimize the points differential there. Jackie Gerbo comes back on there for Brandon Wakeham. Talon Da Silva returns from Simbin, but it was a little bit too late. As Tony Mattelli comes on there, Mitchell Moses gets a line dropout there, but another shocking one to defend from that line dropout there once again as Clayton Fuller Arlo there gets a line break there, and he easily gets over there on that left edge there, and he makes it 31 points to 12, and they converted there to make it 33 points to 12. And Ben Trovic there gets a line break there, tries to pass there to Garrick there. He knocks on the ball, and Luca, he finally gets himself a meat pie, and at least we can end off this match here in a positive note. Um, he was a little bit he was a little bit unlucky to not get a try against the Bulldogs last week, but thankfully he finally gets his I think his first ever one in 2026, and I feel like if he just starts to get those type of minutes and those moments there, it would not only like fulfilled his confidence there, but to also just to get his fitness up there, and to really just get used to those minutes that Justin Rolls is looking for at the moment. So I feel like if we just keep him just starting as of our prop, I feel like he will get those moments where he will consistently just open up, or to even just crush over there, and just to find um, those holes that he can really just generate those points there. And yeah, hopefully he can do that against the Wires there next week, as Mitchell Moses converts a try there to make it 33 points to 18, and that was pretty much it. We lose, but in a courageous effort there. Look, not that much to really just to throw any negativity there. Not on us, but also on the refereeing, which once again, bloody Peter Golf, or a Guff, whatever, however you pronounce his last name, was absolutely just shocking. And like, I don't get how this clown is getting another opportunity there to really referee our games there, and I feel like he needs to be dropped. In my opinion, he is not a first grade referee, and he needs to be dropped. Like, come on, man. Like, he's just not good enough. He's missing so many plays there. He's just calling some six agains there, where some of them shouldn't even be called. There was also this knock on where Koala lost the ball, but then it was called against Ronald Volkman when he knocked on the ball. But when you looked back on the replay, Ronald Volkman didn't even touch the ball, and it was an unforced error there from Tuola Koala. And like, I don't get why that the bunker just says, "Yeah, no, that's a knock on against running there," and it's just a shocking call. Like, I don't get how, like, the bunker is just okay. Oh yeah, well, that's a knock on against Parramatta there. Oh well, yeah, nah. Um, the referee said this call, so we're going to stick with it. Like, the inconsistencies just keep on coming, and like, you can't just blame Peter Golf. Like, you really got to blame the bunker. And I know that I have maybe called it in the past during the podcast, and I have also talked with some other Parramatta fans. Also, I think at the Bulldogs game, I think 2 weeks ago. Well, I think it's been like a week since I've had attended that game. Talk to them about bringing in the forward pass technology, and I feel like that the bunker is still not ready to really just to judge any passes there, or to really just judge who knocks on the ball or not, and who is at fault, and who really just forced the ball. Um, yeah, like, do you really trust the bunker after from this match, and from many other matches during ANZAC round, to really just bring in the forward pass technology? Like, do you really do it with that type of performance and judgment? I mean, you look at FIFA, right, with all of the soccer slash football matches that they judge at the moment during in the Premier League, which is the most shockingest one compared to all the other soccer leagues like La La Liga and Serie A and whatever. But yeah, like, you look at them, and with the goal line technology and with the refereeing calls, they do get it correct for most of the time. But yeah, like, I don't get how the bunker can, like, not be consistent as how the goal line technology, or even the offside calls being called there. And I know that there are some, like, offside calls there that controversially don't get called, and then people on their soccer Twitter there just screenshot um, the the replay of the offside X-ray technology that's the that the VAR doesn't properly review, or possibly the broadcaster that doesn't really show. Yeah, they just show that, and for most of the time they do it, they do get it correctly, but just just with the NRL, like, they just don't really use the type of technology, and just coming on from the naked eye, they just are very inconsistent with the calls. And do you really bring in, like, extra technology just to really get them to really get a proper look, and just to easily just judge there without taking the time, and without them just saying, "Oh, we're just going to take a look at this. We're just going to take a look at that," and then they're going to replay it there from 1,000 different angles, and and whenever they see the clear moment there, oh, well, we see this player has made this knock on. Let's see. We are just going to check if it was offside or blah blah blah. And, like, those are the type of moments where it's just unnecessary, just to be needed. And I just don't understand why the bunker just don't back themselves, or they don't use a natural instinct just to really just to go with the flow of the game. And I know that some people have been saying that, well, you can't really criticize the officials there, and I'm not really comparing it to how it was back in the day, because from what I've heard, like, the officiating back in the day was no better, and it wasn't really just probably just stick to the rules, and that it was just off from it was just off from fast pace, and just off from the naked eye. And sure, like, a lot of people would just rather just have that officiating than just checking 1,000 angles at once, and then just taking the time, and then just missing these stupid opportunities, or just not getting it right, where it is clearly just a knock on, where in these moments where Koala just knocked on the ball, and bloody Ronald Volkman just hasn't even just touched the ball once, and yet they called him um, as a knock on. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get what goes through the minds of the NRL bunker. I just don't get it. Like, yeah. But anyways, moving on from the officiating. Look, Brian Kelly was possibly one of the players that really letting us down. I thought that forward pass there from Dylan Walker there was a little bit silly, and had a little bit of lack of common sense there. And I know that he was one of the best ever players there as well. So you can't really criticize him too much there. I thought that Junes was very solid there in the first half. Um, like, once again, like, sure, he made some errors there, but again, like, you can't really criticize him, since look, there's not really that much backup there to really just hold off that aggression from your players like Takiao, Paseka, and most importantly Olakawatu, who just kept on coming in as a semi trailer bullet there, just taking out our players there one by one there. And yeah, like, sure, some people may say, well, how come they kept on penalizing us, where there was a lot of bad and poor calls going on both sides, and it's just a similar poor performance there, similar to how the West Tigers were even getting most of the poor calls going against them. So it's not always against us, people. Like, you can't always just be biased. And I know that there are a lot of passionate Parramatta fans there, just being upset throughout the years with referees going against us. But it's not just us, but there's also the West Tigers. A lot of refereeing issues going against them. The WAS also going against them as well. You also got this week the Canberra Raiders game as well, and many more. Like, it's not just us. Like, the officiating just at the moment is that when we have seen also from the West Tigers, where they also get injuries as well, and they also get so many bad calls against them, they overcome it. But the issue with us is that, look, I'm not saying that Mitch Moses was whinging during this game when there was some questionable calls going against us, but I think that's that we we weren't disciplined enough to really just overcome those bad and questionable calls going against us. And I feel like that's our big issue, when just trying to just move on, and to not have a whinge, and just act like princesses because we're senior players and this and that type of attitude. And I feel like that some of our players there, also in the past, during in 2022, were also whinging a little bit too much. And I'm also mentioning players like our former captain, uh, Clinton Gupson, and Mitchell Moses, where you will see those two just whinge just so many times, where it does get a little bit ridiculous there, and it does get a little bit over of the top from my view. And yeah, like I feel like that um like Moses, like he really needs to take a step back there. And I know that he he didn't whinge because he knew that if he was going to whinge, he was going to possibly just to cause some havoc there. And he was warned that he wasn't allowed to do that during this match. And yeah, like that's one of the reasons why he didn't really do that. But uh look, we made some great efforts, and our ball security was poor. And like I said before, like there's nothing really much to really just to take out like negativity wise just from this match. And it's just I don't know what we could have done like right during this game. Like was our preparation like not right? Come up against a undefeated side, and like against foreign's tactics in that, or did the boys like did they not like had enough energy to really just condition themselves, or to really just challenge themselves to really have the balls to really just to put on the same amount of pressure as we did against Jacob Preston or Josh Curran, or even bloody who else we put on the pressure against the Bulldogs? Bloody Matt Burden. Like, did we not like have the same energy from there? And did the Bulldogs just shown up just very cocky? And did they went easy on us? I'm not saying that I'm taking any efforts away from us showing our attitude to really impress uh, any legends on our old boys days. And is it the fact that Manly were just too good and that they didn't want to let their old boys down there as well? And maybe that's also another key factor also that came into the win there also. So look, there are some positives, as I mentioned before, that we can also take against the Wires. And I know that the Wires are coming in second place at the moment on the NRL ladder. And I know that the Wires forward pack is very scary at the moment. And I know that DWZ uh, Terezi Zelezinak can really score some acrobatic tries that can be a little bit of a challenge with our backline defense there just not be able to hold under 20 points there at the moment. And we go back to the fact that is Sam Moa really the right coach for us to really just to take forward to really just to hold off like points like under 20s, or even possibly like under 10s, like if we really want to go that far to really be that dominant defensive team, to really just um improve on our fitness there. But like you really can't get into those type of conversations where you don't have enough troops and that senior players are really just trying their best, like Mitchell Moses and Dylan Walker, for example there, and especially Junes. And like you can't always expect them to be perfect. They are going to make errors, and like yeah, but like Brian Kelly, like I get that he can make some good moments, but I am just sorry. Like as a player like him, like we all know that he is Morgan Harbour 2.0, and I feel like him playing in the centres and especially on the wing, whatever position that you put Brian Kelly in, he just makes it he just makes an unexpected error that really just puts all of the momentum and our game plan just down the drain, and he makes it even much more harder for us just to just to chase points where we are not where our goal is um, to even win games is to not chase down points, is to just put on the pressure first and just to hold it on there without making any stupid or just unexpected brain farts there, as what Brian Kelly just unexpectedly just does. And if we're gonna keep on just doing that, then I just don't see like any point just keeping Brian Kelly in the side anytime soon. And there has been some reports that Jonah Pezzett, and I think Jason Rolls has I think he may have said it in his in his press conference there, because I haven't really watched the press conference there after the game, but I have heard that Jonah Pezzett might be coming back, and I'm sorry, people, but if Jonah Pezzett does start against the Wires, then uh, we're going to lose. Like there's not really much to really just say about that. If Jonah Pezzett starts, we are going to lose. Like it's as simple as that. Like please do not start him. Jason Rolls, please. Like Jonah Pezzett is a New South Cup player by best, and if you're gonna bring him, if you're gonna bring Jonah Pezzett into the side, then I think we have no other choice. If Ronald Volkman is fit to play, since he did pass that HIA there, if he is fit or not to play, then our second option is Lorenzo Talatona. And I know it's a big risk to really just debut him early on into the season, but if our future is right now, then I reckon we really need to test him out. If he's going to be up for the long term halves plan there for next season, and I feel like that Jason Rolls really needs to test him out with his talent that he has up against big teams like the Wires, and if it goes well, then I reckon just keep him in the team there, and until Ronald Volkman is ready to be fully fit again, then yeah, bring Ronald Volkman back into the side, but do not ever bring back Jonah Pezzett into first grade ever. All right, because that whole 1 year deal just to make us play finals has already failed. So I don't see any point on bringing back Jonah Pezzett anytime soon, or even Brian Kelly. So yeah, um, and yeah, that's pretty much my review on the match. So let's get into the players' ratings here right now. Okay, so my 3 to 1s. I'm gonna go for my man of the match. I'm gonna say Mitchell Moses, my second best player. I'm gonna say that Ronald Volkman actually had a lot of great effort there. Although he came off there, I thought some of the try savers that he tried to stop he tried to stop was amazing there. I'm gonna go for 1 point there. I'm gonna say 1 point. I'll say possibly. Ooh, I think I'm gonna say possibly. Like Will Pensini. I know that Dylan Walker was one of the best players that I did mention, but he did came off, so you can't really just put him like into the into the 3 to 1 as for playing for those 29 minutes there, because it will be highly unfair for the other players there to really come on there. I thought that Luca was pretty close to really being into that 3-1. I thought that Jack Williams, defensively, made some solid tackles there, as well. He made about like 34, so he did dine out. Will Pensini also made about like 62 post contact meters there as well, and I have him as a 1 point coming into this match. I thought his runs were absolutely just solid, and I thought when just coming very fast like a like a like a freaking bullet there. He is really trying to turn things around after that horror against the Gold Coast Titans there, and he just made some very big like contacted like a runs that he wanted to like break not just one tackle but like one, two, or three, and he was just unstoppable with his uh, runs there. Will Pensini, so I will give him 1 point there. He nearly made 200 running meters there, and that's how strong his hit ups there. He made about like two hit ups, and yet he nearly made 200 running meters there. He made two tackle breaks there. He made 9 tackles there. He only missed one, so I think it was one of our best backline defenders there throughout this match. And yeah, a very good performance from him, and yeah, um, and nothing too much to really say. My honourable mentions there, you could say that Jack Williams defensively was good. Also, still showing that leadership there throughout the defense there. I would say possibly Luca Moretti. He missed no tackles at all. 24 tackles there. He made about like 3 offloads, and he also made 11 ups there, 5 tackle breaks. So Luca Moretti, by also getting a meat pie, is a huge honourable mention. You could say that I was a little bit unlucky to not be in my 3-1, as much as I want to highly uh, uh, praise him. Praise him. I do feel like that he was pretty good in this match, but yeah, I do want to see more of that against the Wars next week, and if he does do this against the Wars, I think he will be in my 3-1 next week against the Wars, and yeah, um, he did get himself a try there. I know that Will Pensini didn't get himself a try, but yeah, um, just very good there from Luca Moretti, and it kind of almost makes me want to change my mind, but I will stick to my 3-1. I will say that Will Pensini is slowly starting to impress me, and that he really wants to reach that peak form as what everyone has been expected from him, especially during the very start of the season. So, yeah, um, that's my 3-1 there. Other honorable mentions there, I will possibly say Charlie Geimer was pretty good. He made 25. He made 25 tackles, but he missed 5. He made 1 tackle break there, 13 ups, but he was all right with his runs there. I thought, and yeah, he had a couple of good moments there. He did take one. He did come off there from a big hit, which it was from which it was from Takeo there. I think when he was running out from his own uh goal line area there, and yeah, Saxon Prikes. How did he go? For his defense, he was amazing there. 34 tackles there and only missed 2. Tony Martelli there, missed none. He had about 16 tackles there. Saxon Price also had two tackle breaks there. So yeah, Saxon Price, I will keep him on the bench there. But Tony Martelli was also decent as well, making 3 meters more compared to what Saxon did, and he only played for 25 minutes there, Tony. So that was pretty impressive there when you compare it to Jack DeBellin, who was being rotated there about like 2 times there. So yeah, very good there from those two rookies there, and hopefully they can continue on front of form. But yeah, Kelma, he didn't really have a chance to really come on there, and does that maybe like already just speaks to you that maybe Jason Rolls is no longer interested to really just keep him into the team, and that he possibly knows maybe somewhat, or what we don't know, be behind the scenes, that he is possibly going to go to another club that we don't know. Maybe that might be maybe reported after when this review does get uploaded there. Who knows? But I will keep a updated report onto that one, people there. If you haven't followed the Instagram page or the TikTok page itself, go and make sure you are do that. And yeah, that pretty much concludes the Seagulls and the Premier Eels review there. Hopefully next week against the Wars there, we will be able just to show a little much more effort there, and that we shall see on who is available or not, and we will. Sorry, and I will do my preview onto that, and hopefully I will get onto it to upload there and to not be a complete clown and miss out on not uploading the preview there for not this game. So yeah, but that's going to officially conclude for this review here, people. If you haven't or not, please make sure to like and subscribe, and to also share this review um, to the promo community itself, whether it is on Instagram, on TikTok, or even on the One Eyed Eels website, or whatever social that any other promo fan is on. Please make sure to share this review. We are currently on 24 subscribers at the moment, and I really want to make sure that we get up to 100 subscribers before the end of this year. And if we can make that, and if we can make that possible, then I will highly appreciate you, people. And yeah, please make sure, as I mentioned before, to follow our other pages on Instagram and also on TikTok, just to keep up with the rumors, and also our daily content that we also do there as well, with the predicted lineups there, and the man of the matches that I have been a little bit lackluster, but I will put in my man of the match there. Just straight after doing this recording there, which you will probably might or might not be able to see, but if you have, make sure to go and support that, and to leave your thoughts on that man on our man of the match, which was Mitchell Moses. And yeah, um and that's and also make sure to have a listen to us on Spotify, and also on Apple Podcasts itself, and make sure to go and show your support to also those platforms and socials there, to get our followers up there, and to really get the message and to really get the message across to that club right over there, to Mark and Neil, and to really just show our criticism and our support to really just improve on this big, rich sporting franchise in West Sydney. And yeah, as I always say, by the end of every episode, go Para.